everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Lydia here with your new moon reading, and it happens to be in Taurus this time. So I'm so glad to see you all, and I'm going to get right into this. So first off, I've chosen 3 cards for us, and I haven't looked at them yet. I have some surprises in here for you too. I've got the Moonology Manifestation deck, which I quite often use, if anything, for the new and the full moon readings that I have. And that's by Yasmin Boland. And I just purchased a few new decks, and one of them happens to be the Dreamweaver's Oracle, which is by Colette Baron-Reid. And I just love this deck. I mean, I love all of my decks, but this is an absolutely fabulous deck. I've read from it a couple times now, and the illustrations are absolutely beautiful. They're by Joel Nakamura, whom is a very interesting artist as well. So anyways, let's go right into this. This is going to be a very interesting moon. I mean, every moon so far has been very interesting, and that's pretty much what I said. But we think of Taurus as a time, like Taurus is kind of like, it's the bull, right? So there's a little bit of apprehension in some cases with Taurus. Not to say that is anybody who is Taurus is going to be, in apprehension at this time. It's just more or less to say that it is a time where one has to watch what they're saying. So communication is really interesting at this time. Be very careful before you go out and say anything in particular. At this new moon, we're beginning something new. So we're also in this process of letting something go, which is fabulous, because you know what? This is perfect. Spring cleaning the mind, spring cleaning the body and the soul, as well as everything around you, bringing in absolutely fabulous new, just new things, basically. And with that, letting go of the old cycle. So old behaviors, old habits that you don't want anymore, that you've just outworn them, outlived them. They're no longer helping you in any way. And this actually could go for relationships as well. A lot of relationships, there's a dynamic relationship or dynamic situation going on with relationships at this time, and some may be falling away, severing completely, or you'll find an influx of new people that'll become your tribe. So let's get into this and see what our cards have to say. So we're going to start with the Moonology Manifestation deck. And this is the full moon in Aries, cool your emotions. So like I said, communication could be very important at this time, just because you might want to look at what it is that you're saying, how you're saying these things, and maybe think before you speak, especially when it comes to communicating with your loved ones, because sometimes they can maybe get on your nerves, you know what I mean? So anyhow, let's look at the full moon in Aries and see what they're saying about the cool your emotions. Are you in the middle of an argument or perhaps in the mood to pick one? Hopefully not. Or are you being overly forward? This is a time of heated emotions and frayed tempers. Anger is better than despair, is as Abraham Hicks taught us, because anger spurs us on to do something, but you may get better results if you master your emotions. Certainly avoid stirring the pot, or it could boil over. Cooling your emotions and being the peacemaker means that you'll attract a more peaceful outcome. So that is when you have peace, a peaceful mind, a peaceful heart, you'll definitely bring that about. You'll bring that peaceful outcome. So manifesting balance, seek a balance between you, and me. Now it's not to say that everybody would have the ego part of me, but this is this balance, the balance between what could happen within an argument or the communication between people. And I know that this could also quite often go with co-workers, because a lot of people are working with others closely, and probably more often than you are at home. And so manifesting the balance is very key right now, so that you're not putting a little bit of drama into the dynamic situation, whether it's at work or at home. So manifesting mindset, there's no point in pretending that you don't have intense feelings, as this blocks your manifestation or manifesting powers. You need to work through your feelings by thinking of the people involved or forgiving yourself. And that's true, actually. Forgiving ourselves is a very important part of letting go. So it's a perfect time at this time to let things go so that you can bring in some new energies and new people. A manifesting ritual for releasing fiery feelings. Add angelica essential oil to your diffuser. Find a comfortable seated position and gently close your eyes. Call in Athena, the warrior goddess, to give you the courage you need to work through your emotions, and ask her to surround you with her energy so that you can transmute anger into a healthy anger and even love, including in drama with others. Now, manifestation affirmation: out of this, only good will come. Now, this is something, actually, I'm going to look into this just for a little bit. I'm going to talk about this. Out of this, only good will come. If you actually have this as a mantra that you put into your persona, you literally kind of brand it within you, and you say, you know what, I deserve this, that I'm grateful for everything, and out of this, only good will come. Everything that happens, anytime you go into a discussion with someone, whether it's at work or in your personal environment, whether it's your family, a family member, or your spouse or significant other, then out of this, only good will come always allows you to be able to say the right things and maybe keep an even keel. That doesn't always happen, but in this case, this is saying we have some fiery aspects happening between Mars and Venus at this time. And I encourage you to go ahead and look at some astrological readings so that you can get a better idea of where the planets are at this time and how they affect you. But because of that, we are at a very tight end of a string, and that could cause more anger. I see actually more anger and impatience than other emotions coming out more so now. And I mean, the anger that spurs something, a dramatic response from somebody else or a reaction from someone else, could also lead to sadness or a drama that happens. Now, it's not to say that that's going to always happen. For those people like myself, I'm really trying to keep as peaceful as I possibly can. It's just something that has happened over time, over the last few months or so. A lot of us are starting to find peaceful parts of ourselves. And I think that also goes with the shift that is happening at this time with the energies, and because of the balancing of the divine feminine and divine masculine. And it's not to say that that the male individuals don't have feminine part. We all have both the masculine and the feminine energies within us. And we just need to find that neutral ground to understand the other person, to be able to understand that other energy. And I think a lot of us are finding that peaceful ground because that energy of the balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine is happening, and we're sensing it. There's a lot of sensitivities to that at this time. So having said that, let's go into the next couple cards and see what they have to say as a story with this first one, Cooling Your Emotions. So we're going into the Dreamweaver's Oracle at this time. And the first one we have is If the Dogs Come Circling Around. Now, I just want you to take a quick look at the picture, and it'll come up a little bit more right at this time. And just take a look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous card? I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's capturing essential meanings, which are divine protection, a sense of safety despite chaos. And that is what we're seeing in the world, a lot of chaos. Loyal people in your life that could, again, relationships, new ones coming in as well. Staying true to your values. So what this says, what the guidebook says, in this moment, in spite of any difficulty, chaos, turbulence, or incongruency in your life, trust that you are protected and divinely directed. Oh, I really need to hear that too. Your soul brought you here to experience life on earth, which is messy and mortal, disruptive and unruly. That immortal soul of yours is here for an experience. And even when things are difficult, it can never be harmed. That self is always safe, always connected to source and all of life, and is happiest channeling the quickening energy of good, as are most people. It's your choices that will determine your personal experience of your circumstances. How will you respond to life now? And that's again the communication part. Can you be true to your values, to your dream, even if not everyone else agrees? You are surrounded by so many loyal friends and well-wishers who want the best for you. Do not give your energy to those who would deny you, including your own critical voice that tells you you are not enough, that you don't have what it takes, are not perfect, or etc. It's okay if you're not for everyone. Why would you even want to be? Good question. So if the dogs come circling around, it's time to stay close to those who you love and who return that love, close to those who believe in you. Open your heart, forgive the others, and step into your magic and light. You will not be betrayed. You are so loved and supported, and that's all that matters now. Oh my goodness. You know, everything I read always has some bearing for myself as well. And this is just so wonderful to be able to bring this up, especially for this new moon. You're letting go of things that no longer serve you, which may be very hurtful. It could be very tender to your heart. And it says in here that you're safe, you're okay, you're protected, don't worry about things, but also that you have a tribe. And no matter that, you have people that love you. And even at this time, you may not even know who they are because they're not in your life yet. This is how beautiful this is basically saying, just open up to the new energies that are coming into. And it's interesting too, because this also talks about the critical voice that we have within us. And I want to say, and I want to emphasize this, that you are way more than you think you are. And that's in fact right on the cover of the Dreamweaver's Oracle card deck, because we are way more than we think we are. I've been reading some books through Cryon lately, and I just finished one of the book 12, I guess it is, and it's the 12 layers of the DNA, and it's a fabulous book written by Lee Carroll. And I'd have to say that the channeling that Cryon does is so heartwarming and so enlightening and enriching, because it gives you so much information about what's there. And right within us, we have it saying that we are parts of God, that we are parts of the universe, the source, literally. And this was actually talked about by Greg Braden as well. If you've not become or don't know who he is, check him up. Greg Braden, with 2 G's in Greg. And he had done some research in ancient texts, and had found, and they were talking about DNA, and basically he was looking into what's so special about ourselves, and just finding out more and more information about it in our DNA. Because according to some ancient texts and how much he's basically put into it, it says that it reads like a book. So our DNA actually has a coded communication in it, and it says that basically God eternal within the body. That was the first line that was put out there, is basically reading like a book in a phrase saying God eternal within us, within the body. Isn't that amazing? Like, that is who we are. And that is literally through Cryon, the book that I read. We have one layer of DNA that everybody sees, that's the biological part that we see, and the other 11 layers, which are kind of intermingled with each other, are in the quantum, and they are literally divine. We are accessing, we can't really access it until we have kind of reached a particular consciousness level, but at the same time, we are getting to that point, so we're going to be able to access more and more. And that is exactly what this is. We're way more than we think we are. We are protected. We are in and amongst this crazy, chaotic world at this particular time. Everything is changing, everything is collapsing, but we're still important. And that is one of the major things I want to emphasize here, that you are important. There is a mission, there is something for you to do, and try not to belittle yourself, that you are worth it. So let's go on to the last card and see how this works with the rest of it. Again, this is so cool your emotions so that you're able to communicate better with others, and then also to know that you are, if the dogs come circling around, just know that you are protected, that you're safe, that you have your tribe, that you're okay, and the universe is watching your back. And now we're looking at time to dance around the sun. Now take a look at that. Time to dance around the sun. We've got the phoenix, I believe, or something. I could be wrong. And it's just amazing. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. Once again, like I said, I really love this deck. And the essential meanings for time to dance around the sun is victory after hard work, celebration of achievements, having the advantage to win. Lovely. So we have been working very hard as humans on this planet to try and bring in light, to keep the light here. And I believe this is a celebration of achievement, and this is why we are here. When it's time to dance around the sun, you can be sure of sweet victory in all your endeavors. Perhaps you're surprised at this sudden success. Don't be. You've worked hard to be here now, learned many lessons and integrated their wisdom, and finally chose the right actions. It's true you didn't do everything, all the work to get there. Or it's true you didn't do everything, all the work to get here. The universe has been working on your behalf in the hidden realms for some time now to co-create your dreams and weave them into reality. How could you doubt this mystical, magical partnership with the divine? Yes, sometimes things take longer than you hope for, but you keep acting on faith, trusting that the form of your dreams will manifest in perfect ways and in perfect timing. Now is the time to celebrate your good fortune and share it with others. You are a beacon of hope for many to have the courage you have shown too. In so many ways, your success gives others hope. Isn't that a beautiful thing? Now, this is a perfect card to actually say that the universe is holding you in their arms, in God's arms, in the source's arms, spirit's arms, whatever you would like to say. And the fact that whatever it is that you want in your life can be co-created with source. And anything that has been coming up in your mind to do, whether it is project that you're working on, or that you want to form or strengthen relationships around you, or if it's a financial thing that you want to bring in bring in more income, or at least stabilize yourself, what you should do is recognize that all you have to do is ask. Just ask. I mean, make sure that you're allowing the permission for the co-creators to come in and work with you, and believe that you have that capability, that you're all about making and creating that reality for yourself with the help of the universe and universal beings. I also believe too that this is a time of success, that there's more coming to you. I know that where some of us are very exhausted trying to keep the light and kind of keeping going in this world, and it does cause mental fatigue and mental health difficulties. It can be the type of thing that keeps you up at night, and just recognizing that everything that's around you, that the environment in the world and the global situation is well, not at all peaceful. Quite honestly, it is not at all peaceful. We know that we're seeing so many changes, and that's actually also quite in line with what is going on astrologically. So again, I encourage you to go and take a look at some astrological readings about that. But from what I am seeing, this is the kind of card and time that still allows us to have hope for the better world, the new world that is coming, and the new earth that is coming in for us. Now, some of us are looking at the possibility of maybe not even being here And that's not to cross over as to say as more so being in an ascension type of way, but this is all part of ascension. I won't say that I know everything about it, because I don't. I can only just guess and hold my intuition in check, and basically, kind of figure out from my own thought patterns that something big is about to happen, that a shift is going to happen because of our consciousness and where we're heading. However, we've worked very hard for it. So this is our reward. The reward is to see something peaceful, and not to continually keep your mind on all of the global stuff that's going on. If you do, you're going to hit a spiral downward, and it's just going to keep going further and further down into that rabbit hole, and you just won't come out. So just be very mindful about what is going on out there, but don't go whole hog into seeing what's there through the news. Try to keep your mind away from the news if you can, and just keep one eye on it, and most of it within yourself, and focus on bettering yourself, co-creating and manifesting that which you want at the present time, presently living in the present. So let's just go over this then. We've got the full moon Aries and cooling your emotions. So that's about the communication factor and creating peaceful moments with each other. If the dogs come circling around, you are safe and protected, and you are building your tribe at the same time, because those that are needing to come in and give you that support will be there, including the universe. And that also spills into the next one, time to dance around the sun, which also gives you the celebration, because this is a time that is going to lead to a celebratory state where we are as a collective, we are all going to be, and we're in that part together as a collective, to be able to celebrate, because we're here for a reason. All of us are here for a reason. We have missions individually, but we also have a collective mission. And that at this present time, if you're not doing anything actively, quote unquote actively, it means that you're holding the light for this world, and knowing that there are dark forces or dark unbalanced energies that are in need of balancing, and we're here to help in the balancing part. So that, I hope that helps you a little bit for this time in our new moon, and seeing the newness that is coming in. And that it is in Taurus, and it happens on May 19th, which is Friday. So I really hope you have a wonderful new moon. And I would also want to just say, take some time, if you can, to go to my website, takebackyourpower.live, and sign up for a newsletter, because every week I am channeling for the following week, some of the newness and things that are coming in that week. So yes, please do so, and like and subscribe to this channel and video if you do, and if you would like to have a little bit more updates into the next coming and upcoming videos. So thank you again for watching, and have yourself an absolutely wonderful new moon in Taurus. Well, bye for now.